Alright everyone, get ready because this is huge. We're diving into something that could shake up the entire semiconductor industry. Something so unexpected that you probably didn't even see it coming. China's covert move into the 3nm race. Huawei's secret EUV trial has been confirmed, and this could change everything. Imagine a world where China successfully cracks the code for cutting-edge chip technology, 3nm chips without the world even noticing. Well, there's no need to imagine anymore. It's happening as we speak. Huawei, the underdog tech giant that's been battling relentless sanctions, has just confirmed a trial run for an EUV machine that could alter the global semiconductor landscape forever. How did they make this happen? And what does it mean for the future of technology? Stick around, because this is one of those pivotal moments in tech history that you won't want to miss. Semiconductors are the backbone of modern technology. From smartphones and automobiles to AI-driven advancements, they power it all. For years, Western companies have had a monopoly on the most advanced chip-making processes. Industry leaders like TSMC and Intel have dominated extreme ultraviolet lithography, EUV, a crucial technology that allows circuits to be shrunk to mind-blowing scales. It's what makes 7nm, 5nm, and now 3nm chips possible. But here's where it gets interesting. The United States has enforced strict sanctions against China since 2020, barring companies like ASML, the Dutch powerhouse that controls the EUV market, from selling to firms like Huawei and SMIC. Experts predicted it would take China decades to catch up, but they were dead wrong. Fast forward to March 2025, and reports are now emerging that Huawei is testing a domestically developed EUV machine at its facility in Dongguan. Trial production is expected to begin in the third quarter of 2025. With mass production potentially rolling out by 2026. This isn't speculation, it's backed by sources like DigiTimes and Tech Power Up. This breakthrough is tied to a larger, highly classified 3nm initiative. To understand how we got here, we need to go back to the sanctions. Huawei was once a dominant force in the global smartphone industry. Then came the US crackdown in 2019, cutting Huawei off from key American technology. ASML, under US pressure, halted the sale of EUV machines to China. SMIC, Huawei's key chip manufacturing partner, was left with older DUV technology, which maxes out at 7nm. Meanwhile, companies like TSMC and Intel surged ahead with 3nm technology. It looked like China's semiconductor ambitions were on life support, but instead of surrendering, Huawei and China doubled down. They poured billions into research, recruited top engineers, and started constructing their own EUV ecosystem from the ground up. This was more than just an attempt to survive, it was an outright challenge to the global tech order. And now, in 2025, we're seeing the results of that effort. Let's break down the technology behind this development. Unlike ASML's laser-produced plasma, LPP system, which is used in its EUV machines, Huawei's approach relies on laser-induced discharge plasma, LDP. This method involves vaporizing tin between electrodes, then hitting it with a high-voltage discharge, producing EUV light at the critical 13.5nm wavelength required for advanced chip fabrication. Why does this matter? Because LDP technology is less complex, more compact, and significantly cheaper than ASML's LPP-based machines, which cost upwards of $350 million each. Reports from sources like WCCF Tech and Huawei Central indicate that this LDP-based EUV machine is already being tested at Huawei's Dongguan facility. Interestingly, a Chinese firm had filed a patent for this technology back in 2012, and now it's becoming a reality. If trial production starts in late 2025 as planned, China could be manufacturing its own 3nm chips by 2026, effectively bypassing Western sanctions. This isn't just about Huawei. SMIC, China's leading semiconductor foundry, is heavily involved as well. Together, they're not just catching up to the West, they're positioning themselves to potentially leapfrog ahead. The significance of 3nm technology cannot be overstated. Smaller chips translate to greater power efficiency, better performance, and groundbreaking advancements in AI and autonomous systems. If China successfully achieves 3nm production, it won't just be a player in the semiconductor industry, it could rewrite the rules entirely. Until now, Huawei has been stuck at 7nm technology, using creative workarounds to power its AI chips and latest smartphone processors. But 3nm technology is an entirely different ballgame. It's the same level of sophistication that TSMC is supplying to Apple and what Intel is banking on for its resurgence in the market. If China pulls this off, the global semiconductor hierarchy could shift overnight. The implications go far beyond China. If Huawei and SMIC succeed, ASML's dominance over the EUV market could be in serious jeopardy. The Dutch firm has had an iron grip on the industry, supplying advanced EUV machines to TSMC and Intel. But a more cost-effective, domestically developed alternative could disrupt that monopoly. Some skeptics may dismiss this possibility, but the reality is that companies like TSMC and Intel are already investing heavily in their own EUV capabilities. China isn't there yet, but 2026 is right around the corner. Then there's the issue of sanctions. What was supposed to cripple China's tech industry has, ironically, only fueled its determination. Huawei's founder even stated in early 2025 that chip shortages were easing. Even NVIDIA has warned its investors about Huawei's rapid AI chip advancements. This isn't an anomaly, it's the new reality. Of course, challenges remain. While Huawei's LDP technology shows promise, it has yet to be tested at scale. Mass production comes with its own set of difficulties, from yield rates to manufacturing precision. ASML spent 2 decades perfecting its EUV ecosystem, so Huawei's system may still face hurdles. The West isn't panicking just yet, but rest assured, they're paying very close attention. This isn't just a technological race, it's a battle for technological independence. China has made it clear that it no longer wants to rely on Western tech. Huawei's massive R&D campus in Shanghai is aggressively hiring semiconductor experts to refine its lithography technology. The push for self-sufficiency isn't just political rhetoricids being put into action. In late 2024, ASML's CEO stated that China was 10 to 15 years behind in EUV technology. But with this latest breakthrough, that timeline could be drastically shortened. SMIC's unexpected 7nm production for Huawei was a shock to the world. If 3nm technology emerges in 2026, all previous estimates will be irrelevant. So where does this leave us? Huawei's EUV trials have been confirmed. The 3nm strategy is real, and China is moving at full speed toward a technological revolution. Will this completely upend the global chip industry? It's too soon to say. But one thing is clear, the game is changing, and China is no longer just a challenger, it's a force to be reckoned with. By late 2025, we'll know if this machine is the real deal. Until then, the world is watching closely.